I went to a very poor high school in a bad neighborhood. Because of that, we regularly drills and lockdown drills in the case of something happening. During a lockdown, the teacher would turn off the lights, and we'd all hide in a corner of the classroom without saying anything. It was a cold day in the third quarter of the school year. The windows were all shut, obviously, but still my teacher had to stop mid-sentence because we could all hear some kind of shouting outside. Definitely some kind of commotion. My teacher went to the window, looked outside, and but the yelling seemed to stop by the time he did. At the same time, the dean started speaking over the loudspeaker and said we were going into a lockdown. My teacher rushed to shut the door and turn off the lights, and we all did our thing, went to the corner of the room. Time seemed to move slowly as we were all huddled in that corner. Screams started coming from the hallway. Not the screams of students, but deranged, angry screams from a grown man. Someone dangerous was in the building, clearly. The school we went to didn't have security guards, so literally, in a case like this, we'd have to wait for the police to arrive. The screams were then accompanied by bangs on a nearby door, another classroom. You could hear the screams of the kids in the room next to us. The banging stopped. The screaming grew closer until it was right outside our door. And then bangs on the hard classroom door. A couple of kids screamed and started to cry. The sick man on the other side of the door banged and banged. He started hitting the glass with his elbow, I think, as he screamed and said insane things that made no sense to us. Suddenly, a sickening small thin glass door off the window, shattering. It made the reality of the situation even worse. Of course, kids on either side of me were screaming and crying now. Me, I was just sitting there in total shock. The man on the other side of the door stuck his arm into the room through the window opening and tried unlocking the door. My teacher took that opportunity to grab a pair of scissors and literally stabbed the man's arm. The man cried out in pain. He banged on the door a few more times, even harder now, and then started running down the hall, still crying in what was probably of pain and anger. The lockdown ended a few. There had to be at least 6 cars outside. And yes, the crazy sicko man was arrested and probably taken to a mental hospital. The man apparently wasn't armed, but he clearly came into the school with intentions of hurting people. Kids, mind you.
No.
A few years ago, there was a young man named Brian who went to university. He didn't have enough money to live in an apartment of his own in the city. After he'd been living there alone for a while, he began to notice some strange things happening. Often when he came back from college, the curtains in his bedroom would be drawn, when he distinctly remembered having left them open when he left. Some of his belongings seemed to have been moved, and other possessions were just be found. It started to creep Brian out, so the young man decided to talk to his friends, Trisha and Alex, about the situation. They met him at a local diner, and over coffee, he told them all about the strange things that he had noticed. Said Brian, but I just get the sneaking suspicion that someone is breaking into my apartment during the day while I'm at university. And what? Interrupted Alex. Why are they doing that? It sounds crazy, but you might have a stalker, said Trisha. It's a possibility. If it's true, I think the best thing to do is to contact the police. What can the police do? Asked Alex. They're not going to spend their time keeping your apartment under surveillance. Besides, there's no damage to any of your things. There's no sign of a break-in. In short, there's no evidence. So what options then? Pleaded Brian. I can't just do nothing. I know how to put your mind at ease, said Trisha. It's easy. Just get a video camera, set it up in your bedroom, and leave it running when you go to college. If you really do have a stalker, you can show the tape to the police as evidence. You know, that's a great idea, said Brian. And if you're really just paranoid and crazy, you can show the tape to your psychiatrist, joked Alex. That night, Brian borrowed Trisha's video camera and brought it home. The next morning, he hid it discreetly under some folders. Before he went to college, he pressed the record button and left it running. During the day, while he sat taking notes in lectures, the young man forgot all about the video camera. It wasn't until he arrived home and went into his bedroom that he remembered his plan. Taking the video camera out of it, he pressed the stop button. Then he took out his mobile phone and he said, "I just got home. I'm gonna watch the video." "Cool," said Trisha. "Tell me if you see anything." He pressed play and watched the recording on the video camera's tiny screen. He saw himself leaving for university in the morning and closing the bedroom door. Then, there was nothing. He pressed fast forward and scanned through the video. The room was empty. "I can wait," replied Trisha. "Anyway, there's nothing worth watching on TV." "Oh my God," cried Brian as he pressed play on the camera. Trisha begged excitedly. "The door's opening," said Brian. It's a woman." "What is she doing?" asked Trisha. "Just standing there." "Oh my God, so weird. What does she look like?" "Tattered dress? Do you know her?" "Not a knife. A big kitchen knife. She's going through my trash." "Ugh, gross. What's wrong with her?" "She's going over to the closet. She just got into the closet." "Okay, fast forward and see if she does anything else." He scanned through the video for a while, but the room was empty. "You know what this means," said Brian. "And now, I can go to the police and they'll take me seriously." "Alex is totally going to freak out when he sees this. No doubt, he didn't believe you, but I did." "I know, you're a good friend." "Oh my God. What?" "Brian." "The door's opening again," said Brian. "Who is it?" asked Trisha. "It's just me coming home from college." He watched himself on the screen, shutting off the camera. "Let's go to the police now," said Trisha. "I go with you. We can show them the tape." "Okay, I'll meet you at the diner in 15 minutes, said Brian. "Okay, wait a minute," said Trisha. "You said she got into the closet. Did she ever leave? Brian, did she ever get out of the closet?" A chill ran down Brian's spine. Behind him, the creak opened. "Brian, get out of there!" screamed Trisha. But it was too late. The phone went dead. When she tried to call again, there was no answer. Later that evening, the police found the body of the 18-year-old college student lying in a pool of blood. He had been stabbed 21 times. The video camera was clutched in his cold, dead hands, and when the police examined the camera, they discovered that the memory card was missing. No trace of the woman was ever found. Right now, she could be hiding in your closet.